Okay. Hello. How is everybody? Oh no, is my video not working over here? Hold on. Because of course it isn't wanting to do what I want it to do. Okay, hold on. That's me in the wrong one. Hey Ferris, welcome. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to fix. Hi Ashley, how are you? Oh no, it's freezing. Stop it. There we go. Okay. Are you gonna work for me? I waited too long to make everything do its thing. So now, oh my gosh. Sorry guys. I don't know what's going on. Everything's freezing. Thank you. Hey Joanna. Hey Cuddly Koala. Welcome from Australia. Oh my gosh. Can you please do this for me? I don't want to have to restart. Hold on. Figuring things out. Oh. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. Thank you guys. Oh, you're so sweet. What ended up happening, I think, is my camera just froze. So what I'm dealing with right now is we're not going to have the top-down view. We're just going to have my face, and you're going to have to be okay with that. Because yeah, I'm not going to deal and waste time. So, that being said, you got my face today. And we're just rolling with it. My camera timed out with the streaming program, so I'm unbothered. We're going to make it through. We're going to work it out together and roll with the punches, because that's life. All right. How is everybody? Oh my goodness. Thank you. These are from Zelu, I believe. Hi, Luminous. Welcome. Dayoneria, welcome. Yay, face. If you are a 90s baby and watched Nickelodeon, do you remember the face on Nick Jr. and his whole face was the screen? That's kind of how I feel right now. I feel like I'm too close. Okay. Hey, Pearl. Welcome. All right. So I'll let everybody kind of trickle in. I don't really have a plan for today. Apparently, what I was going to do is not going to really work. So we're going to shift gears a little bit. I do have cards, and I figure we can kind of like talk about the full moon, what's going on, and kind of like what to kind of expect, and then pull some cards for the collective. I can't be on here too terribly long, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do individual readings. However, I will pull cards for the collective. I was going to do a video that, like I normally do for the full moon readings, ran out of time. This week has been crazy with my birthday and all of the other stuff in between with life, so I do apologize. But the good news is I'm making up a plan for future videos, for new things, and I'm really excited. Yay! So with that being said, we have the full moon in Capricorn right now, and what's going on with that is there's a lot of emotions because we just started Cancer season, and yesterday was the solstice, summer solstice. So a lot of energy, a lot of chaos. You guys might be feeling a little pulled in different directions, and a lot of high emotions, but also feeling like you're not achieving what you want to achieve. Plans might have fell through. Things might feel a little chaotic. Oh, well, thank you, Ferris. Thank you, Cuddly Koala. Yeah, cup of tea. I had mine. I don't know what happened to it, but I have my trusty water bottle, so we're good to go. Thanks, Sophie. Welcome in. Hey, Lady D. Welcome in. Very excited to have you all here. Right? Chaos. It just feels like utter chaos. And at least from my end, I feel like everything I try to do, I can't get to that peak of achievement for what I'm trying to get done. Whether it's small or big, I'm just like, everything seems to fall through. But that's okay. Because what it is doing, it's like a tower moment. It's removing the obstacles and it's removing the things that are not serving you in order for you to move to where you need to go in the direction that you should be going. Winter solstice, yes. How is it in Australia right now? Is it just, I don't know. Does it snow down there? I feel like that's a really stupid question to ask, but I know it gets really cold in some parts of Australia. Sorry, side note, or a little tangent. So, with that being said, I'll show you the cards that I did have ready to go that you might have seen. So I do have from the Stellar Visions, look at how big they are. They're ginormous. Cracks me up. But we have the hardworking Capricorn card here. And we have the Saturn card, because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And so you can kind of sense why you're feeling the way that you're feeling with the chaos. Maybe you're having issues with boundaries that you're trying to uphold, and you're wanting to maybe cross them, or some people are wanting to cross them. Time is an issue for you right now. There's a lot of stuff that might have to do with karma and, what goes up must come down type of a situation. So there's a lot that Saturn is associated with and rules, and it also rules Capricorn, which is somebody who's very hardworking, someone who's determined, persistent. They like tradition. They are all about just putting in the planning and seeing it through. So you might have to do a lot of releasing with all of those categories today and the next couple of days if things aren't going the way that you're wanting them to go. Because again, Saturn is Big Daddy over here saying, that's not the time for this right now. So if you're feeling like things aren't working out, it's okay. Readjust. And then the Moonology cards we've got are the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, now I'm going to have issues with the camera. That's okay. We're rolling with it today. So again, if you're going through it, I feel like we all are going through it in some way, shape, or form right now. It will get better. We need to find that balance between planning and moving through our emotions right now. Feeling what we need to feel and allowing them to kind of move through, because it is Cancer season. So you're probably going to end up seeing a lot of weird bubbling emotions coming up to the surface, and you gotta work through that in order to kind of move ahead. So tonight there might be tears, or this whole week really, there might be some tears, there might be some emotions that are having to do with like frustration, the quote unquote why me feeling, victimhood maybe, but that's okay, because we want to process them, we want to move through them, because we've made it through. We've survived every single day thus far, so we know we can survive tonight, tomorrow, etc. And then we do have the take a reality check with the Moonology manifestation. So again, this is assessing what's going on, showing up for yourself and being in the authority space, and allowing yourself to really take the reins and find that balance of, okay, well, I really got to plan ahead, because I know this is falling through or this isn't working out. So now I need to have a plan B, as well as, okay, I know I'm going to be feeling these things. I'm going to allow myself to do so. So you kind of have to stay grounded and stay practical, but at the same time, allow those emotions to wash over you. It sounds really difficult, but those of you who have a lot of water in your birth chart, you are the type of people that can cry at the drop of a hat. You can kind of understand like, oh yeah, this is what's going on right now. We're crying through the frustration. We're working through it. We're releasing that energy through our emotions. I'm going to catch up with the chat real fast. I keep seeing it. Whoop. Oh, Yule last night. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy to think like that. It's so cool that we're on opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay, it does snow there. Oh my gosh. Hi, Van. Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm like, what did I do with... And then I'm usually holding it. Hey, Annie, welcome in. Yeah, we're manifesting the end of a tough cycle for all of us right now. Like, I am so over struggle pants season. Oh my gosh. Oh, my mother-in-law got this for me for my birthday. It lights up, but she can't really tell. It'll change colors. It's so cute. She's like, it says your name. It's so sweet. Hey, Psych Awakens. Welcome. Right? Way polar opposites. So that's why that, like, reaction is happening. That push and pull. I cry then exist. Yeah, I feel that. Hey, Natalie. Welcome in. Okay, so that's pretty much, like, the overview of what I had planned. And then I think we can pull some cards if you guys want to just get an overall... Sorry, I'm so disorganized right now. We're putting you over there. Stay. I'm going to pull for the collective to see, maybe something that we can do, work through the overall message. And so I'm going to turn over here. I apologize that I'm not going to be looking at you for a second. I love chaos. This is what I mean. You just power through the plans that don't work out. Right? I'm ready for like a month-long vacation. I'm ready for silence and peace and quiet. I'm ready for groceries to not be so astronomically expensive. Oh my God. Like, I've stopped since buying coffee out because that's always been a treat. Like, we have stopped that habit years ago, but going and getting a coffee is so much more expensive now. And then I went to our local grocery store and I was just like wanting like snackies. I'm like, when did this go up like double, triple times? Like, how? It's so crazy. Yeah. For the basics. Oh my gosh. Toilet paper? Paper towels? Like, everything. I'm blown away. Ice cream. I remember when I went to Hawaii. I know I'm tangent, but this is what we do on lives. I went to Hawaii eons ago because I had family out there. And they were talking about how, dairy products are so expensive because there at the time weren't a lot of dairy cows. So everything was imported. So ice cream was really expensive. And of course, I'm an ice cream girly. Give me ice cream any day. I need it. And so we had gone to the market that was like a little neighborhood market. And it was $7 for like a Breyer's little tiny pint thing. And I was like, that's crazy. Because at the time, that same thing was like $3 here in the mainland. Tell me why ice cream for a little thing right now is like double that. I can't. This world is crazy. Get me off this timeline, please. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ferris. Oh, that sounds horrific. Oh my gosh. That's not fun. Okay, I need to concentrate. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. Ever since then, it's just been downhill. All right, so let's see the message that we need to hear right now. Let's get a message card. How about that? I'm going to use the Capricorn Tarot because this tarot has just been lighting my life up lately. Okay. I love it. We got the Wheel of Fortune, so things are turning back in our favor. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this means, again, we were talking about karma. So cycles are ending and closing out. The wheel is turning back in our favor. So expect to see a lot more things going your way. And especially, oh, thank you so much, Joanna. Oh my gosh. You're so sweet. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, such a great card to get, especially right now. So, expect an upturn in your luck, in, stuff coming around for you in your favor. Again, always, it's so hard to do to get into that mindset, right? About like that law of attraction mindset of just being like, okay, everything works out for me in my favor. Like everything's going right for me. Like everything I need is always provided for me. Those sort of affirmations. It's kind of hard to get into that mindset when everything's kind of crumbling around you. So dogs are barking. So what we can do is we can process why we don't feel that that's a solution for us, and we can kind of allow those emotions to flow through. Journaling is a huge help. But yes, with the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to start turning around and picking up. So it's not all going to happen at once, but the message here is to like really look forward to that. Have that hope that everything is working out for you. Everything is going to come back around for you. And, nothing lasts forever. So, appreciate what you do have right now and know that if you're going through a hard time, that this isn't going to last. You're not going to stay down for too long because that wheel's always coming back. So the other part of this is that Capricorn message of planning. So like you were talking about in here with the budgeting, that's part of the planning. So now we're going to see what happened this past month or couple months of how we got in a down and out, right? Or how things went wrong. We're going to plan ahead. We're going to be like, okay, well, next time we're not going to do that, or we're going to budget, or we're going to, fill in the blanks of whatever your situation is. So because good times will come back around to the challenging times. So with that wheel, it's always turning. So now with that Capricorn energy, we're going to plan ahead and we're going to allow that to be our hope for the next time, for the next month. As same with this full moon, we're harvesting and we're reaping the rewards of the seeds that we planted in the new moon. So what were your intentions in the new moon, and how can we like harvest those tonight or tomorrow, whatever you see fit? Yay! A savings account. That's awesome. Psyche awakens with the houses. Yes. Oh, the albino bison. That's awesome, Pretty Bug. Thank you for sharing. Yes, the white buffalo woman. I heard that there was talks of another one, or maybe it's the same one. There, like a couple months ago. My time frame doesn't work the same as like everybody else's time frame, so I don't recall when it was, but if it's the same one, then that's awesome. But I feel like there was also another one, or something happened to it, or they were predicting it. Doesn't matter, Natasha, get back to the point. So yes, Wheel of Fortune. That's fantastic. I'm so excited to see that for us. Okay, so can I get a card for advice? And that was really quick. 7 of Pentacles. So this is about being patient. Okay, so I absolutely love these two together. It's hard to see with that light. There we go. Oh, come on. Don't be so blurry. They're so cute. So the 7 of Pentacles talks about, we're planning ahead, we're planting these seeds, and we're going to be patient and let them grow. We're going to tend to them. We're going to, weed out what isn't serving us, and we're going to put in the time, the care, the nurturing into our intentions, into our goals, into what we want to see flourish. All right. So the Seven of Pentacles, you can harvest a little bit, but it's not the big harvest, right? It's allowing yourself to remember to be patient. When it comes to gardening, especially as a metaphor with this, when you garden, there's a lot that's going on beneath the soil that you can't see. The seed is taking root, the seed is producing, it's working hard in the dark. And you can also take that as a form of kind of like shadow work too, in your subconscious. There's a lot going on that we're not paying attention to all the time. And so this full moon might be bringing up a lot of those subconscious emotions, and we kind of have to pinpoint where they're coming from and why they're being brought up now. So a lot you'll see is your self-worth, your self-confidence. You'll see a lot of, like we talked about earlier, maybe the victimhood concept come up. And the comparing to other people or, other generations and that sort of a thing. So like, oh, well, when my parents were my age, they were already this, that, and the other. And then you have to talk yourself out of it. Well, that was a different time. Things are completely different now, X, Y, Z, etc., and so on. So know that there's a lot going on in the background that we're not consciously aware of. And so when these feelings arise, that it's a good time to take your time processing and allowing them to move through. Because what is emotions than just energy that needs to kind of work its way through? The more we bottle it up, the more that we push it aside and ignore it, the more it shakes and wants to come out. So we got to allow that to happen. So it's okay to cry. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to, move through all of that, as long as you move through it and allow it to process. So all this to say, things are coming back around. Good things are going to be coming back to us. And we just have to be patient and wait and allow things to naturally happen and plan through it as well. Okay, I'm going to check back on the chat. Whenever I do this, I always feel like, you might think I'm ignoring you. So that's why I say, hey, Miss Moonlight, welcome in. All right. 9 cats. Oh my God. I love it. Yes, catnip. It's great to keep mosquitoes away too. Aw, Radiant. I love it. Cat grass is good though. The great work and the noble art. Huh. Have to check out those. I'm so horrible with books. I love reading, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And Audible has helped me a lot, but at the same time, I'm doing so many other things that when I do listen to the Audible, I'll forget like what's going on because I tune it out because I'm focused on the other things. So same thing happens when I'm reading. It's like the whole fun neurospicy thing. But I love books. My problem is now it takes me forever to like have the time to sit and do it because in my mind, I have to be productive every single minute of my day. And with reading, I'm kind of stuck. It's kind of like a phone call, like when you have to sit on the phone for like an hour and you can't really do anything else but like clean and pick up. It's kind of how I feel with reading. So I just got in the mail the finally 2 years later, the Night School. So I'm gonna read through this at some point and then do a video about it because some of you were asking about this series because I have where did it go? I have the cards too, the little deck that came with it. So I want to be able to do like a comprehensive little guide. Come on. Everything's falling apart. I have just everywhere. Audible is fantastic. They do have, the free books are awesome. Oh, what's your favorite series, Ferris? Right, and like, so I started reading the ACOTAR series because everybody was talking about it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like right up my alley because I love like fantasy, romantasy books. So started reading that. And I'm like, okay, I understand why people are so obsessed. But then I realized that it's like a whole long series. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to take me forever to get through this. Oh. Turquoise cover. Ooh, I love that. So what I do, instead of like watching new shows, I've been rewatching. It's so bad because I'll have it on in the background when I'm doing other things. And I'm almost done with Xena. I never was able to watch it chronologically through. It was always like, when I was able to watch it. It's kind of one of those shows where you don't really need to watch it chronologically through, but there is an underlying story throughout. But anyway, oh my God. Brought back so many memories. Circe, I have it on my, I have the physical book, and I have the Audible, I believe. But no, I haven't read it. I wish you guys could see just the sheer amount of books that we have. Like, we are book people, my husband and I. And we haven't made a dent in our to be read pile. Oh my God, I love that so much that you were Xena in drag. Oh, love that. Yeah, it's always a good reason to reread The Lord of the Rings. We also have this I can never say it, Similarian. And my husband's like, yeah, you might not want to read that. I'll just tell you. And he said the same thing for Game of Thrones too. He's like, don't even bother. I was like, all right, guess we're not doing that. Okay. He's like, don't waste your time reading the last book that needs to come out hasn't even come out yet. And it's been, 10 years now? Hey, Jake, welcome in. Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah. That's the ACOTAR. Yeah. I'm getting a little couple spoilers, but by the time I get there, I'm already forgetting what happens. And then when I do read it, I'm like, oh, okay, deja vu. Oh yeah, the free books are awesome. It has been a long time, Jake. How are you? Oh yeah, the romance novels. I am not ashamed to say I read romance novels in like middle school and high school. But it was always like the very flowery kind of romance novels, the history type romance novels where they don't really say anything too graphic. So I was allowed. And to be honest, I don't really think my mom knew like how spicy it was, and it really, like I said, it really wasn't. Anyway, I'm gonna get some more cards pulled. She's just like, as long as you know what it's about, that's fine. Are you sure you want to read that pirate book? Yes, I do want to read that pirate book. Jackie Collins, oh yeah. I wish you a lot of hugs and healing. I feel like we're all kind of going through shadow work in our own way right now, especially the last couple days here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Oh, we got Virgo Digest. Hold on, we're going to pull some confirmation cards here. That one wanted to come out. North Node Future. Planning ahead. Got Juno Partnership. Pisces Sensitize. And let's get a good 12th house introspection. Okay, yeah. So Virgo with the digest. Virgo is very much the same type of very similar energy with the Capricorn energy, where it's like, they're particular, they like to plan. But with the digest, it's kind of like allowing yourself to really have that reality check. Digest all the information. Digest all of the hard truths. And sometimes that's really hard, especially like we're talking about with the shadow work and stuff. Like, it's hard to like look at your faults. It's hard to look at things that like were hard to go through or to deal with, but at the same time, it's worse to like shove it away and not confront it, and then completely have to deal with, consistently pushing down that emotion and those feelings. Oh yeah, I forgot about Fabio. Oh my gosh, Fabio. He was a gorgeous man. And then we do have the North Node for future. So planning ahead, looking forward to the future. Good things are coming. So like, don't write everything off right now. Things are coming. Looking toward your North Node, your purpose, having a purpose-driven life, so to speak, to be able to put the energy behind to move forward. And partnership with Juno is interesting. So there might be some things that you might have to lean on another person for. Ask for help should you need it. And don't be afraid. This came up with the solstice reading yesterday. That was yesterday. Time. So it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It's not anything to be ashamed of. It's not, because to make a long story short, society isn't supposed to be so hyper individualized. We're supposed to be able to lean on our community. We're supposed to be able to, if I need help with my burdens, you can kind of, take a few of that from me, or we can all help level the playing field a little bit. So it is somewhat shown as a undesirable trait to ask for help, but everybody needs help. So don't be afraid if you need to lean on somebody for, emotional health or monetary, physical, anything like that. There's trusted people in your life that you can go to. And, again, the answer is always no if you don't ask. So if you allow yourself to be open and vulnerable a little bit, there's people in your life that are more than willing to help shoulder some of the burden. So there might be somebody in your life that you're looking at really connecting and having that partnership with too. That's really awesome. Having family that helps is truly a blessing, especially nowadays. Yeah, someone was talking about too, like how, the people in their 30s and 40s have like aged slower, and they still have like a lot of their inner child that comes out. And then people in their 20s and younger are aging quicker. Like physically, it looks like they're aging quicker. I think his name's Jordan the Stallion, or Jordan Stallion, the guy that has all the information about food. So someone was asking a question, like, why are the people in their 30s and 40s being staying so young? And it does come down to the fact that it's like, we were able to do a lot more things as a community. We had neighbor cookouts. We had, we played with the kids in our neighborhood, in our complexes, in our area. We played outside. We made connections. We were able to go to our friend's house and stay the night for the weekend, or, they cooked us meals. We were able to have still a little bit of that community, and we were able to share some of the burdens, and we got the stuffing knocked out of us a few times with world events. But when it came to our own neighborhood and our own community, we were able to kind of thrive and learn what it was like to have not only nature in our lives, but to see the expansion of the internet, right? And nowadays, with these young 20-somethings and the Gen Alphas, they're not experiencing life the way that we did. So it's really interesting to see how they're so far removed from their classmates even. People aren't wanting to risk sleepovers anymore. People aren't wanting to risk leaving their child in the care of another person, because how crazy life is, and the amount of knowledge that we know that human beings are capable of. So, and they're parents are working 2-3 jobs each, so it's hard to have that community, right? So all this to say is it's a blessing that there are a lot of families now that still instill that community, that still want to help out, that still watch over, the cousins and the what's the extended family, that sort of a thing, So a little bit of a tangent, but yeah, there is a difference with how, the millennials and half of Gen Z, Gen X grew up. And I think that's why there's so many of us Disney adults, quite honestly. The 90s were a time. Yeah, you just had to be there. It was so awesome. Nobody had, embarrassing childhood pictures online. And yeah, before the pandemic, yeah, the panini. Yeah, we're just doing collective because I can't stay on forever tonight. The last live went a little bit longer. Long story short, geriatric dog, and he's on a routine and a schedule. And last night he did not let me sleep, so I'm running on about like maybe 4 hours. So life is chaos on my end. So I'm trying to do the lives when my husband is capable to like manage things with the animals. So it's it's a thing. Rowan, so good to have you here. And Sharon, yeah, there will be another day where we'll do singles, individual readings. Yeah. The socialization is definitely one of those things that's important with the kids. One of my nieces was born during all of that too, and it was a struggle afterward to, not necessarily socialize, but it was challenging. I read the book in the Carnival of Souls tarot? Oh, not the guidebook, the book that inspired the tarot? No, I haven't done that yet. No. Yeah, no one prepares you for a geriatric dog. No one prepares you for the ups and downs. So for me, it's basically like anytime he acts somewhat out of normal, I'm like, this is it. So, for instance, like the other day, so he's on a strict routine. Like he's the one that will remind me like, hey, you forgot something. Like I'm needing this right now. Like it's my mealtime or whatever it may be. We have a strict routine that he has to follow. And he's always been this way. So it helps me with what he needs to communicate with me. And I always know when something's a little bit off with him, like, okay, he's in more pain today than he was previously. So, he's always begging for his food, his dinner at a certain time. And when that time came, I'm like, wow, he's not here. And, I had to find him and he refused to go and want to eat. And I'm like, what do I gotta, oh God, like, do I sound the alarm? Because, that's one of the first signs is when they start not wanting to eat and they don't eat, that's kind of the decline. And so our whole goal is we're not, going to do anything. We're not going to prolong anything. We do not want to see him suffer. So my spiraling started happening. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to go feed his brother. And I had told him, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go feed your brother. And sure enough, this dude, he came right into the food. This dog is so stubborn. He's like, I was just taking a nap. I just wanted to sleep. And I'm like, so you're going to give me a conniption. You're going to give me an aneurysm because you just wanted like 5 more minutes of sleep. Cool. The book that came in the tarot. No, I didn't read it all through. No, I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Like, I will read, if I utilize it, I'll flip through and read like the pages, like for the cards, but I have not read through every single one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Coyotes are the worst when it comes to that. I'm so sorry. Oh, 5 kittens on Pie Day. Oh my God, I love it. We have hawks apparently where we're at, and I didn't know that, and a neighbor informed me. She's like, "Yeah, just watch your pets when you get them outside." I was like, "Oh, good to know." I know, but you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world. I have a really bad complex of wanting to like take in every single animal that I see that needs help, and so I am reining that in. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, ornery and opinionated. That is exactly my dog. He's so stubborn. Oh, snake. Love snakes too. Would not have one because I couldn't deal. Like one of my best friends, she has a love of hognose snakes. If you're watching this right now, I love you. And they're so cute. But like she will tell me, everything about them and like how to feed them and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, that is too much for me. I will happily love on your snakes, but I could not have one. Nope. I will love from afar. So Pisces with sensitize, so you'll see a lot of the emotions come through and flow through, as well as listen to your intuition. So we kind of talked about that a little bit with like, planning ahead and letting your emotions kind of flow through. Listen to your intuition when it comes to what you need to do next and how you need to move through it. Oh yeah, the cat limit. There's wiggle room for our cat limit. We have 2 right now, and there's wiggle room. You know what, Sharon? I actually heard about that, and I've been trying to do that with him. And like I will always communicate with him like, okay, this is your medicine. Like, and so like everything I do, I explain to him so he knows at least, what it is. Because I've heard that with animal communicators, like they still want to know like what you're doing. They want to be aware of it. So I try to, I talk to them all the time anyway, but I'll try to do that with the pictures. Right? Just love them. They just need love. They've gotten such a bad rap. Salem and Jinx. Oh my gosh. My sister had a cat named Jinx. Oh, right. And then the last one here from this deck, we have the introspection. I love this one. It's so pretty. For whatever reason, it just doesn't want to like be unblurred. But introspection. So we've talked about that a lot. Going within and kind of figuring out why you're feeling a certain way, what needs to be brought to the surface, what needs to be worked through. Okay, putting you back. Thank you. I love listening to animal communicators. I love it. But then it's like, oh my gosh, now I'm getting a complex because I'm like, what if my animals don't really love me or don't know that I love them as much as I do? Oh my gosh. It's all the water that I have in my birth chart. I spiral so much. Right? See, Psyche's on it. Right, it's so hard. Oh, hi Salem. Oh yeah, we have neighborhood cats. We actually had 3 litters. Wait, 3 litters? We have 1 litter left, and they're 2 weeks old. So we're helping them out. But yeah, we're apparently the nursery, we are the hospital, and we are the commons and the rest stop for the neighborhood cats. Luckily, a lot of our neighbors are the same way. So they just go from house to house. Oh, so sweet. Oh, 5 boys. All boys. Oh my goodness. Rusty Pumpkin. Oh my gosh. Pie Tuck's Magic Tricks and Toy. Oh my god. These names make my heart just... I love it. Okay, let's see what other cards we can get here. We've got the moon. Of course we did. So, satisfy emotional needs. Nurture self and others. So make sure you're giving yourself that self-care however you see fit. Everybody's self-care looks different, and your go-to self-care might not actually be the kind of self-care you need at the moment too. So like if you are used to like curling up with a good book and a cup of tea, it might need to be like, I need to go running, or I need to listen to a meditation, or I need to, fill in the blank. My self-care varies. Some days it's just laying in bed and doing nothing. Okay, and then we've got Virgo, came up again, integrity, reverence, and service. So be in service to yourself, service for others. That card that came up yesterday was all about give and receive, giving and receiving. So it could just be that if you are able to do acts of service for other people, this is a perfect time to do that. That could be healing in and of itself. But stay in your authenticity and your integrity. We're just going to take this one. Oh, we've got conjunction, a union, merging, and coming together. So another partnership card. So it could mean, getting the help you need. Or, putting your heads together. That came out. Putting your heads together to create a plan and an idea on what next step to take. And when I use the astrology cards for these readings, I don't normally use it to be like, oh yeah, the conjunction in this planet and this planet is happening. It's just the energy of what the cards mean in this particular type of reading. But you can definitely use your astrology deck however you are feel called to. We do have Mars here, which is interesting. Move forward and defend self. So defending yourself is a very popping out phrase here for me. So if things have not been going your way with boundaries, that's coming up again. Boundaries are super important. Boundaries is what allows you to keep other people in your life that, may need a little encouraging, a little help to be able to be kept in your life, if that makes sense. So, also, if you're doing too much, if you're overworking yourself, if you are saying yes to every single, social situation and you can't afford it, or you can't, put in the time, boundaries. It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. Yes, it is completely hard to do, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So also taking action about moving forward, about having your plans in place, about having contingencies, budgets, that sort of a thing. That is an action. That is a forward movement. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? I am using the Heavenly Bodies. I love this deck so much. It is one of my go-to... Oh, come on. There we go. The Heavenly Bodies. It's one of my go-tos whenever I do any kind of astrology reading. It's just gorgeous. I love the art style, and the cards feel really good in my hands. And we have House 6. So establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Dang. Coming up all sorts of confirmation here. Let me see if I can get one more. I feel like one more wants to come out of this deck. Oh, we got Libra and house 9. So Libra, consideration, fairness, and harmony. So yeah, getting back to that balance, getting back to being fair to yourself, getting back to being fair to other people in your life too. And then house 9 is spiritual growth. So again, shadow work can be a part of that, as well as focusing on maybe spiritual practices, rituals, that sort of a thing in the next couple of days to kind of get back on track. So I know for me personally, my spiritual practice just is like a card a day at this point. For my own personal use. I'm trying to get back into more of a ritual status. What I am doing consciously, though, is making my everyday routine a little bit more like a ritual, a little bit more intentional. So, morning coffee is intentional. What I put in my meals, whether it be me, saying intentions or affirmations, or, being thankful for everything. For instance, today, I had to do a lot of deep cleaning because it's been put off and I have family coming. And so I wanted to make sure everything has been clean. And I'm just frustrated because I'm I have so much I got to do. I have so many things that I got to clean and other things that I have to take care of. This is so, and then I'm no, I got to change my thought process. I've got to be thankful for the fact that I have so much to clean. That is a privilege to be able to have a place to clean, right? So being thankful and changing your outlook will completely make the frustration go away. It will take a few minutes, I'm not going to lie to you, but it definitely changes your perspective, and then more good things will start happening. So if you completely focus on the negative for every single part of your day and your routine, more negative things are going to occur, right? You're going to attract that because of that law of attraction, or that magnetism. They say that, what is the saying? Doesn't matter, Natasha. So all this to say is your spiritual practice can be super simple, especially if you don't have a lot of time. And a lot of it can just come right back down to intention and how you view your day to day. And, dress with intention. You can start adding specific colors for your each day. Each day has a specific color. Don't quote me on any of them because I am not memory banking those, but Monday, let's just say it's a purple day, so wear purple that day and have your intentions be set with that. There's a lot of things that you can do that are very simple, that don't require these full, long, drawn out, expensive even tools and ritual setups. It can just be you focusing on your breath, or you focusing on intention. So this is a reminder for those who might need to hear that it's okay if you don't have, a daily thing that you do, as long as you are living your life with intention and are living your life, focusing on the good and being in that state of gratitude. Because once you start being in that state of gratitude, you'll notice how many more things you can be grateful for that start coming in. I know it sounds cheesy, but I have definitely experienced that. Capricorn Sun, Mercury Ascendant, Aquarius Moon, and Mars. Oh, wow. Excuse me, sorry. Card today. It is an awesome practice. I feel like that is also a very easy way to start learning a new deck, as well as tarot if you're still struggling. Sometimes I have I'm going to call them brain farts. Excuse me if that's crass. But I'm wait a minute. I've been doing this for years. Why can't I remember what this is supposed to be telling me right now? I just blank out, and that's okay, because sometimes it's just that is your opportunity to take a step back and just rest. Sometimes when we can't complete something, or we have those brain farts, or we are too tired, it is your body literally saying, okay, take a rest, take a break. I wanted to say rain check and rest at the same time. Yeah, it's easy to get out of practice, especially with all of the chaos going on. Yeah, it's easy to focus on the hopelessness and the feeling of like, why even bother? Um, I have been there quite a lot actually, and it is definitely easy to stay there. It definitely takes determination to kind of see things in a positive light, because if bad stuff always happens, bad stuff is all you can really expect, right? So start with little things. Start with, I am so grateful that I was able to eat today. I'm so grateful that I have water. And then just progressively see things in a new way. You know, I'm so grateful that I got to, talk to my best friend today, or, the littlest things. I'm so grateful that, the sun came out instead of raining. And then you'll start getting into a groove, and seeing how you can kind of pull yourself out of it without going too far. That's awesome, Ferris. Yeah, the color of the day idea is fun, huh? It's different, especially if you have like a colorful wardrobe. Mine's mostly black. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oh, Erin, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Literary tarot. Oh, I think that's on my list. Um, that's a newer one, right? I went on Amazon today for the first time to kind of like browse the new decks, because I haven't even been doing that. And oh my God, so many are coming out, and I'm like, or have come out, and I'm like, now I'm so far behind. Yeah, brain farts happen to me way too often, and a lot of it is because of, my own health issues. But yeah, the when I'm tired, especially, girl. Yeah, the positive affirmations. I do love me an affirmation, and I write them on little post-it notes. I will put them around the house, or I'll take it with me so I can remember. I love putting it on like the bathroom mirror, or the mirror that I'm getting ready. I love being able to, because my brain will forget, and that's kind of good when you're wanting to manifest stuff. You're like, you said it and forget it. But with affirmations, you kind of want to, keep that in your head, that to kind of retrain your psyche. Kickstarter one. That's cool. Yeah, black. I love black. Everything looks better in black. That's not true, but still. The point remains, black wardrobe is definitely a wonderful thing. I started with a black wardrobe, one, because I was emo, two, because I was a hairstylist for so long. And so in many salons, the wardrobe and the uniform is wear black or black and white. And so my wardrobe was just black and white, and then I had pops of color for the days that I didn't work. I'm so eclectic with my wardrobe too. And right now, like, I'm trying to just like buy pieces that will coordinate with other pieces. But I'm picky, and I have that tactile sensory issue thing. So like, I have to be very cognizant of what I'm feeling and what I'm wearing. Anyway. Okay. So we have self-love and purity that came out. So more talk of, self-love. Purity is like a cleanse, like knowing that you'll see that it has like the snow on top of the earth. So purity kind of talks about like the things that are happening underneath the surface that we aren't really seeing up top, that when the snow happens, there's still life underneath that snow. It's just hibernating, or it's growing underneath the snow. So it's kind of a cleanse, and it's also a reminder that like new beginnings are coming. New things are happening. You just got to be patient and wait for that the snow to thaw. Yeah, it's getting to that point where like all of the decks are sounding very similar. We also have the path. So we have that portal there that's opening. So we're climbing out of the dark. We're moving into the light. New things are on the horizon. I love this. Okay, well that was just too many at one time, so I'm going to pull again. Yeah, there's a lot. There's so many decks out there right now. We got extremes. Okay, so yeah, we do have that. The polar opposites having their extreme moment right now. So you may feel like you're getting overly emotional, or you might feel like you're getting overwhelmed. A lot of those extreme feelings or those extreme situations that might be happening. And let's see. Well, let's see if we got one more out of this. Oh, yep. Balance. Yes. We love a good balance card to confirm what we already know that we're struggling with. So balance. We're balancing the practical with our emotions. We're balancing the planning. We're doing all of that. I love that for the last card of that deck. Fantastic. Balance is hard. I struggle with it all the time. I struggle with doing too much and overdoing things, as well as not doing enough. The wonderful world of imbalance. All right. The last deck that I want to pull from is a new one. You'll see this tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah, so you'll see this tomorrow. This is the Oracle of Celestial Deities. Beautiful deck. It's only 20 cards. However, it's extremely versatile, and you can use it with his original deck, the Oracle of Mythic Heroes, I believe is what it's called. Anyway, I've been really enjoying it. There's a lot of information in the guidebook, so if you're unfamiliar with the deity, or if you're unfamiliar with the myth or the planets, you get a whole explanation. Alright, let's see. Can I get any other confirmation cards here? Okay, we got Medusa, fear, reflection, and the wish to survive. Yeah, this camera is not doing it for me tonight, but so there's a lot of survival mode going on right now. There's a lot of fear that things aren't going to go our way. There's a lot of fear that things are going to crumble. There's a lot going on. But this is also talking about reflection, right? Obviously with the myth, right? You know, the reflection to blind her and turn her to stone. But reflect on, you know, again, confirming what we talked about earlier, reflecting on what happened, what fell through, why, reflecting how we're feeling this way, reflecting why these emotions keep coming up, and then the wish to survive. We are surviving through it. We are going through it. We are pushing past those fears, and we are allowing ourselves to really see the positive side of it. Capricorn. And rhodochrosite is the crystal. Let's see. The deeper message of the story is probably best represented in a blend of Athena's and Medusa's roles and their troubled relationship. Jealousy and dark thoughts, fear and uncontrolled rage feature throughout the story. The mirror of non-judgmental reflection, passivity, and the bitter poison of victimhood are also strong themes. And Athena's use of her vanquished foe as a talisman to overcome enemies is a powerful message for those stuck in a cycle of, I can't say the word, but it starts with an A and ends with oos. When Medusa appears in our astrological chart, we can use the moment to reflect on past wrongs, be they ones we suffered or ones that are ours as an inheritance of trauma. We can seek to forgive our oppressors so we may move forward in our lives or be forgiven and break out of stagnant, repressive patterns of thought and behavior. Yet when Medusa is antagonistic in our chart, we may become passive, codependent, or worse, or entertain victim mentalities. If there is one redeeming lesson above all others, if we can see past the story's beginning, it would be how Athena placed Medusa's head on her shield to aid in her defense. Psychoanalytically, this action represents the power of divine protection in the transformational, Natasha, nature of feminine energy. Athena, the symbol of our mental clarity and victory, must learn to integrate within herself the shadow side of Medusa in order to emerge as a deity. By doing so, Athena's wisdom and insight become truly powerful that even the most terrifying moments can be overcome. Some believe that Medusa was a Gorgon who instilled terror, but when we lift a mirror to Medusa and look without fear, we see her without judgment. We see beauty. It's not the Gorgon that creates fear. It is the fear that creates the Gorgon. Remove the fear and the monster vanishes. I love Greek mythology too. Yeah, the anime vibe is you just said the mother is Medusa's the mother of Pegasus, and that was the card I pulled. I wanted to show the art style. It's so beautiful. I'm impressed with this deck, to be completely honest. So I do want to read the teaching real fast, and then we'll move on. Medusa's energy can be applied to any situation. It symbolizes the part of us that needs to be reined in so we may reflect on our own reflect on our unfounded, self-sabotaging emotions. One of the typical symptoms that we could experience is subconsciously using our wounded past as evidence to cynically project potentialities onto our futures. When paired with Neptune in a spread, there could be some victim consciousness and addictive behavior working against us as Medusa was seduced and A-worded by the god of the ocean, Poseidon. When this card is paired with Mars, which we did get earlier, we could easily lose control of our anger and act in a vindictive and vicious manner because we crave revenge. When paired with Saturn, which today, we could blame ourselves for everything in a self-loathing cycle and slip into depression. Remember how the hero Perseus used her petrifying visage, to punish the wicked King Phineas, who had been A-wording Perseus's own mother. I hate that we have to use code words. I'm so sorry. The mirroring of Medusa's gaze is a symbol of our own psychological reflection, asking us to objectively review what is occurring in life through logic and higher understanding. Avoid direct confrontation as you cannot outwit her gaze by bluntly staring back. Reflect on your feelings and ask if your conclusions make sense. Then offer yourself true compassion. It's the first step toward healing. And if that isn't the card that we needed to hear tonight, I don't know what is. And then Saturn, I believe, actually came out in the video, so you can see the meaning of that tomorrow. So I won't read that. But beautiful card deck. Beautiful, beautifully done. And the price tag, not bad either. I think it's $19.99. Where are you? Yeah, $19.99 in the US. So, lots of healing talk, lots of shadow work, lots of self-love, self-compassion talk. I think we're all overdue for some of that. Allow yourself time for that. Again, it's easier said than done, I know. But 5 minutes, give yourself at least 5 minutes of, affection and attention and self-love, because ain't nobody else is required to give it to you but yourself, right? I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah, the full moon. Yeah. Oh, good night, Ferris. I'm so sorry. Sorry, catching up. Right? Oh my gosh. Especially around your time of year, Cuddly. Yeah, it is always non-existent, that work-life balance. Oh yeah, the Arachne. That story is really cool about the weaving. Like, of all goddesses to be a weaver, it's Athena. Like, girl, you have everything else going on with you. Like, you are the smartest being. Like, you are an archer, a hunter. Like, what else? Like, you do not need to be an expert weaver too. It is a very powerful image. I love Medusa. It was one of my favorite myths when I was younger. Very, very cool. I love Greek mythology. I feel like all of us, when we grow up and we're kind of, I'll just say witchy, or we're very spiritually inclined, I feel like we all started young on the myths, like the ancient civilizations. We were entranced with it because everyone that I've talked to that is along a similar path, same situation. Very intrigued by the Greek and the Roman myths, Norse myths, all of that stuff. Like, I wanted to know it all. And anyway, the Greek mythology, there's so much lore. Same with the Norse. I'm reading in the middle of it, the Norse mythology. Um, I'm not even gonna bother trying to find it right now. It's in a stack of books. Um, but that is so crazy how a lot of the myths are these beings that eat each other and like consume each other and throw limbs and things, and they become planets or other gods. It's crazy. Um, anyway, off topic. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, with that, I think I'm going to end the live. I know it was a little shorter than we normally go, but like I said, routine is routine. Um, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I actually played the flute throughout my school reign. We're all balancing those feels right now. Yep. Well, I have enjoyed my time with you all too. This is the first time you've seen me live? Oh my gosh. Hugs to you too. Yeah, there will be more of this, I promise. So that was a big request, is for me to go live more. So for right now, my lives will probably be around the same time if we're doing weekdays. And then on weekends, I can pretty much finagle a variety of different times. So just look for the posts in the community tab. They'll be days ahead so that you guys can see whether or not you can make it. They're not going to be weekly just yet, but I'm going to try to get back into that. Like I said, things are chaotic, but the goal is to get back to hopefully doing like a weekly live, whether it's just a chill hangout, a collective read, or readings like we normally do, and even some deck flip throughs and stuff like that. So lives will be happening more. And then if you guys could do me a favor with the videos that come out, I know 90% of you that do watch it will do the like, but if you guys can do me a solid and make sure that you do a like and comment, even if it's just like thank you or something, it will push me back into the algorithm, because right now I'm trying to get back into it. My videos aren't reaching the subscribers, or most of them right now, because was sick and so like wasn't posting my consistent posts, so it's not reaching everybody. So if you guys can do me a solid, I would very much appreciate it, because that counts with the algorithm pushing it out. So engagement counts. So very much appreciate that. And with that, thank you all for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your full moon. If you're doing anything special, go do it. Give yourself a big hug, and don't forget to cry if you need to cry. Yay, I'm glad you love the live streams too. Yay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I love you and I like you, and I will see you tomorrow. The video is coming out tomorrow.